Okay, 24. What we're going to need to do is basically get, to solve for x, we got to get rid of the big square root right here. So to get rid of that big square root, we're going to do the opposite of square rooting something. We're going to square it. So we're going to square basically this entire side here to get rid of the square root, but then we have to square this side. So if we square x plus 2, that means we have to take x plus 2 and multiply it with itself, x plus 2. We can't just square each individual term. When we square the other side, it's a little easier because you're just going to get everything without the square root. Okay, so now we have to, on the left side, we have to FOIL. So for FOIL, we're taking, x times x, x times 2, 2 times x, and 2 times 2 equals, your 2x squared minus x minus 2. Okay, now this is a quadratic equation, and there's a couple of ways we can solve quadratic equations, by factoring or quadratic formula. I'm going to get everything on the same side, so we can do one of those, and I'm going to put everything on the right side because I want x squared term to be positive. So what we need to do is subtract x squared, subtract x squared. And in the process, I'm going to combine some like terms. So now we have on the left side, this gives us 4x plus 4 equals, and then you have this, which is going to be 2x squared minus x squared is just 1x squared, minus x minus 2. Okay, now move this to the other side, so subtract 4x and then minus 4. Subtract 4x minus 4, and we will get 0 equals x squared. Negative x minus 4x is negative 5x, and then negative 2 minus 4 is negative 6. Okay, and now we're going to try to factor this. So if we factor it, the negative right here, okay, so that negative here means that we're going to have different signs. We can go ahead and plug in our x's. We don't have to do AC method because that's a 0, or that's a 1 right there. Okay, there's an invisible 1 there. And then give me two numbers that multiply to give you 6. And since the signs are different, it will be a difference of 5. So that'd be 6 and 1. And since we have negative 5 here, we want the 6 to be negative and the 1 to be positive. So now, if you take x minus 6 and set it equal to 0, you've got to add 6 to solve. So x equals positive 6. And then for this one, x is going to equal negative 1. Positive 6, negative 1. Those are your answers. H. Now, another way we could have done it is we could have actually just plugged in those numbers. If we plugged in 6 right here, 6 plus 2 is 8. Plugged in 6 right here and here. The square root of, let's see, 6 squared is 36. 2 times 36 is 72. Then plug in 6 for x here. You get minus 6 and then minus 2. 8 equals square root of 72 minus 6 minus 2 is 64. And if you do the square root of 64, you're going to get 8. So that tells you right away 6 is a solution. And you can do the same thing for negative 1 and you get the right answer.